Shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Yah with the servants, right? Back at it again, right? With another video through the spirit, right? So this video we go into heavy times ahead. What should you do, right? So it's heavy times ahead. What should you do, right? So we're gonna jump straight to it, right? So we're gonna start off with the book of Second Esdras, chapter 9 and verse 1, right? Because a lot of some people they don't know what times we living in, right? They don't know that we live in last days, but you gotta be caught. If you don't know we live in last days, something, either you haven't gained that understanding or something is wrong. Hold on, I'll make sure my screen is sharing. Salakia, share my screen, right? If you don't know what times we're living in, man, you gotta be living on a rock or something, man. It's it's out there, right? It's out there, right? It's obvious, right, that we live in last days, right? It's obvious. But let's go through the precepts. This is book of Second Esdras chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, right? And that when it says that, it means observe the time, right? Observe the time that you're living in, right? Because the Lord tells us also to watch, right? How can you watch for times if you're not watching, you're not observing. It's you have to observe something, you have to watch it, right? Observing and watching go hand in hand, right? So you have to watch the times, right? Now, when the prophets was on the scene, they prophesied at destruction of Babylon, right? Even when Yahweh was on the scene, he prophesied about destruction of Babylon, right? Now, when we go into the destruction of Babylon, aka America, right, there are different things that has to play out, right? So before the downfall of this wicked and vile country, there are different things that have to play out, right? So, and one of the chief things that has to play out, right, that hasn't happened yet, is Jacob's trouble, right? A time where there's going to be great tribulation, great death, like a lot is going to be going on, right? So we're going to keep getting into it, right? So it says, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. So the Lord gives the us indicators, right? Signs, right, of the end times, right? So when you go to the book of Matthew, right? Go to Matthew chapter 24. Because and then let's say you just coming into this truth, right? You might not know. You might not know, but well, here we're gonna go through it. We're gonna go through it together, right? And if you let's say you've been in the truth and you just haven't been studying, haven't been watching or paying attention to the scripture, things like that. Well, now is the time to get that understanding, to understand that we are living in the last days, to understand, right, that Jacob's trouble is soon to come, to understand that there is famines, pestilence, great death, and a whole bunch of more that's coming, right? But all these things have to play out, right, before the downfall of America, aka Babylon, right? So let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, right, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Right? So the disciples inquired to Yahweh Shai, right, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. They asked him, what is going to be the signs? So when you see Second Esdras chapter 9, verse 1, what it tells you when you see the signs pass, right, you go to Matthew chapter 24, and it shows you the signs that you're going to see to understand, so you're able to observe, right, to measure, right, that we're living in the last days. That's how you do it, right? Right? That's the easiest way to do it. Easiest way to do it, right? So, and now also, now understand this. It's not the end of the entire world as we know it. It's not that, right? The world is going to continue going on, but it's the end of Esau's kingdom, right? It's the end of Babylon's kingdom, right? The kingdom of, America, right? And I'm gonna get a precept, so y'all can understand this, right? me get this classic precept in 2nd Esdras 6:9. Right? So it says, for Esau is the end of the world, right? And Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. So when they're talking about the end of the world, they're talking about the end of the world as we know it now, right? Now, the world that's to come, right, is when the Israelites will be in rulership, where they'll be ruling over the nations that oppressed them and had them in captivity, right? That is the time where they will have the laws in the inward parts, right, where they're going to be living with joy, peace. They're not going to be dying. Ain't gonna be nothing. That's going to be everything you ever asked for, kingdom of heaven, right? So that's what that's going to be, right? But before that happens, it's other things that have to happen first, right? That's the signs that we're about to get into. So we're gonna go back to the book of Matthew chapter 24, right? And we're gonna go to we're gonna go, matter of fact, we're gonna go to verse 5. It says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. I'm about to just look this up. Right, let me just look that up. Just look this up. I'm about to look this up. Right. Now, right, so I'm gonna go to this. Right here. It says this right here. All right, okay. I'm gonna show y'all this article real fast, right? I'm gonna show y'all this article. Now, it says that in the last days, right, that you're gonna have many that's gonna be false Christ. They're gonna say they own Christ, my shop, right? So right here, this article tells you, let me go to the top of it. It says 18 photos of people who believe that they're Christ. So right now, right, and it's more than that. This article came out in 2017. This was in 2017. How much so now in 2025? Right. So in 2017, you had about 18 people that said they was claiming the Messiah, right? So and just look at this. Look at this, man. And we know this is madness right here. Look at this. You got Eve following, right? Carrying this man's shoes, right? This is madness. She at the forefront, right? Look at this, followers. Sick, man. Sick in the head. This is sick. And we know through the scripture that Christ looks nothing like this at all, right? This is madness. But Howard Shah said, in those times, you're going to have things like this going on, right? So this is in Brazil. It says, Enor Cristo from Brazil is wheeled around their compound on a rolling pedestal, right? So this madness, man, thinks that he says he's the Christ, right? We're gonna jump down, right? This is him. When did it ever say Christ is gonna be walking around, right, on a damn scooter, right? This is madness. This is pure unadulterated madness, right? And another thing, if this is the case, how come don't nobody else know that who he is? How come people don't even know where he's at? Right? And the reason why I'm asking these questions is because Yahweh Shah out of his mouth tell you, when I come, should nobody else ask you or tell you that I'm here, or that he's here, or that he's there. If somebody got to tell you what Christ at, if somebody got to introduce themselves as Christ, it's a damn lie. Right? Because when Yahweh Shah come, right, when he comes, you gonna know it. The world will know it. Right? Everybody's gonna see him, and everybody's gonna understand that that's him. Right? So let's go to this precept. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and yeah, right here, Matthew 24 and verse 23. It says, then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here is Christ or Mashiach, or there, believe it not, right? For there shall rise false Christ and false prophets, right? So boom, it's telling you, man, you're gonna have false Christ and false prophets, right? Look what you see what's going on right here. Pure madness, right? But key thing is, right? It said if somebody gotta tell you what Christ is, don't believe it. Simple, very simple. If somebody gotta tell you that the Messiah is here, that ain't him. That ain't him. Just know that and take that with you, ingrain that with you. When all hell break loose, right? When you got all the different riots, chaos, anarchy, famine, pestilence, all these things going on, take that with you in your mind, right? That this can't be the Messiah, right? You're gonna see they got Project Bluebeam going on, right? They're gonna have all it's said that they're going to fake the coming of the Messiah. So you don't want to be fooled in these times. You want to be deceived, right? By the different tricks and wizardry that's going to be going on in Babylon during those times, right? So you got to be attentive and understand the scripture. That's why it's important to understand the times that you're living in. So much going to be going on, so much deception, right? So much deceit, right? So you got to be on one, right? On point. So again, if somebody got to tell you what Mashiach is, that ain't it. You're gonna know. You're gonna know. Everybody's gonna know. In the title, everybody's gonna know. Right? He's gonna come with thousands upon angels. Right? It's gonna be a scene. Matter of fact, I gotta go back. Before I get on this young man, I'm gonna go back to Matthew 24. So I want this to be understood. Right? What's going how it's gonna be when he comes. Right? I'm gonna jump down to read verse 27. It says, "For as the lightning cometh out of the east and shineth even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be." So just like when you see that lightning strike, what happens when that lightning strike? You see the lightning strike over here. I mean, it's huge, right? You see it. You can't got no choice but to see it. You could be miles away from it and you'll see it, right? But they're comparing to that's what it's going to be like when Yahweh Shah comes, right? It's going to be a bright light. Brightness. It's going to come with his brightness and his glory. Everybody's going to see it, right? You ain't got to second guess it, right? But don't be fooled with the thing that's to come, though, right? So boom, let's get to this next guy, right? This is Moses Hongwan. I don't know how to pronounce his name, right? He's from South Africa. So, and this is man. This is man right here, right? And he's claiming to be the Messiah. This man right here. Now, according to the scriptures, we know that this is a lie. We know that this is deception. We know that this is a false Christ, right? But we also know, with that being said, that we live in last days, right? Sounds like you're getting a call, right? So let's keep going. There's more, right? This is the same dude. This is one of his disciples, right? Look at this. Look at this man throwing his hands up to this Negro, right? Pure, unadulterated madness, man. It's sick, but that's how you know, bro. We live in last days, bro. Come on now, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This man ain't even got a full beard, man. Where's the white woolly hair? Like the people that to see their mind is bad. All right, let me get this precept. It just made me think about that. When it is said in the book of Job, the deceived and the deceiver is his. Oh, bear with me. Bear with me. I'm gonna get that so we can understand that, you know, all this is just even though like, you know what I'm saying, it's madness, but it's all to play out prophecy, right? It's all for the glory of Most High, because His words have to come true. They have to come to light. It has to happen. It has to happen. So you got people that's gonna play a role. It's all a part of the Lord's story, right? It's all a part of the prophecy that has been spoken of, right? So gotta play out. So these are the people that's playing out prophecy. It just how it is, right? You're gonna have people that's deceiving, and you're gonna have people that's deceived, but all of them, right, belong to the Lord. All of this of the Lord, right? The book of Job, chapter 12, verse 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his, right? So this all, hey, this at the end of the day, this all the Most High is doing, right? It's all a part of His plan, right? So let's go back to this, man. So you see the deceiver and you see the deceived, right? Pure madness. It's madness, man. Now we have another one. This man, you can't make this up, man. This man here, I don't even know what he got in his hand. Look like he was. I don't even know that's what. I don't even know what that is, man. Look at these goggles he got on, man. And he's claiming, like, again, if you read the book of Revelation, where's the white woolly? This man even got woolly hair. This man don't even got woolly hair. Come on, now. Man ain't even got no beard, bro. Look at this. When the this is madness. You can tell the man shaved, right? Which will be breaking the law, right? Man, I'm supposed to shave down his beard, right? And you can tell this probably was bald at one point in time. Just look at it, right? Damn, you got the afternoon, what they call the afternoon shave, the afternoon aftershave or something like that. When no 5 o'clock shadow, yeah, that's what it is, a 5 o'clock shadow, right? When the Messiah have a 5 o'clock shadow? Come on now, it's madness, but it's all prophecy playing out, right? It's all the words of Yahweh Shai playing out before our eyes, right? So let's keep going. Now I'm not going to say this first part, but his name is David Shaler because he's not the Messiah, right? David Shaler, right? Oh gosh, this is crazy right here, man. Watches, he says, David Shaler of England watches a solar eclipse from the same mountain where he delivered his own sermon on the mount. Bro, this is crazy, bro. Think about this, bro. Look at this. This is his followers, right? Look at this. Look what this is going on. And these people actually have people that are following them, believing them. This Bible is true, bro. This is if this is not, and then we haven't even dived deep into the other indicators that we live in the last days. Just off this alone, like, man, it's crazy. It's truly insane. Wow. Now this. I'm glad this one comes up. Because see, this one is a good one, a good example, because you might got some people saying, well, it said that they shall deceive many. I only seen they had a few followers. Look how many people is following this dude. Look how many people. This is right. This is supposed to be him right here. Right? This Vissarion of Siberia, right? It's madness, man. It says addresses his disciples on his birthday, January 14th. Now, according to the scriptures, right, the Messiah was born through in the spring, right? What the hell is going? This is the dead of winter. What's going on here, man? Right? This is pure madness. Look at this, man. All these faults. I guess it's supposed to be his throne. It's crazy, right? Man, this is another one. Like, bro. Need I say? Oh my God! Oh, this is the same dude. My bad. This same dude. Same dude. This is madness. Where's the skin of bronze? Right, as if it was burnt in the furnace. Where's that at? Where's the woolly hair? It's madness. Look at this long line of people following this guy. Man, this Bible, man, we truly live in last days, right? So it's crazy. Oh, the feast. I mean, it's madness, man. So now I'm not gonna go to all these things, right? Because there's a lot of them. But you clearly could get the gist of what's going on here, right? There are a plethora of people, more than 10, right? And this is way into 2017, so it's even more now. But this is crazy. It's a Japanese dude. This is an Ammonite. This is an Ammonite claiming to be the Messiah. I mean, you can't make this up. You can't make this up, right? An Ammonite claiming to be the Messiah. This is crazy, yo. This is crazy, man. Oh man, it's crazy, man. And this is like a dang Hamite, man. Right? This, bro. Man. So y'all get the gist of what's going on here. Look at this. Look at the following. Right? They got phones talking to him. Right? The deceived and the deceiver are his. This is crazy. Wow. Wow. Hey, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy, bro. This man got this is supposed to be the Messiah's whip. This is supposed to be the Messiah's whip right here, bro. This is crazy. And he got on this thing, Lord of Lords. Man, this is crazy. You can't make this stuff up, bro. You can't make this stuff up. He's a taxi driver. Boy, you think, hey, how I ain't even gonna say our Lord name. I ain't even gonna say our Lord name, but our Lord supposedly came back as a taxi driver in Zimbabwe. Man, so again, shalom, everybody hopping on here. Shalom, Rob. So you see, you see, shalom, bro James. So you see what's going on, man. You see that we're truly, again, I'm gonna read what Yahushua said. It says, "For there shall rise false Christ." I'm gonna read up in verse 7. What we was at? I mean, not verse 7, but verse 5. "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many." Boom, you see this right here in front of your face. This man saying that he is Christ, bro, and he's just not him. It's a whole bunch of them. It said, "For many shall." It's a whole bunch of them claiming to be the Messiah, and they deceiving many people. Right? So boom, that's one sign. Check the box. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right? See that ye be not troubled, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So boom, another thing is, it says that boom, you're gonna hear of wars and rumors of wars. Well, just turn on your TV. Just type in World War III is literally trending right now. Wars, rumors of wars, nation against nation, right? Saying, okay, at any point in time we're going to be at World War III, right? Trump just came out talking about he's trying to take over Gaza. Right? So it's so much going on right now. So many rumors of wars. I mean, we don't even have to get into it. We could possibly get into this. But I mean, it's like let's just go to let's just get some just for the sake of edification for those that might not be in the know. You're right. You might not have people that's in the know right now. So look at this. This is what right. We're going to MSN, right? This is an example of rumors of wars right here. This is an example I'm about to show y'all. Right? This is an example. World War III start date detailed in leaked military document forecast, and it's just around the corner. Right? The German military has predicted World War III, it could kick off as early as 2025, as a confidential report by a German military leaked by the German tabloid Bild suggests that Russia might be preparing for a direct war against NATO member states currently. This is one of the scenarios laid out in the government documents titled Alliance Defense 2025, leaked earlier this year, Oslakia. So this is what I'm reading. This is the document that I'm reading, right? So this, according to this article, right, that I'm reading, when Yahweh shall tell you that this is one of the signs was rumors of wars, this is an example of rumors of wars, and there are many others, right? Taiwan saying they're gonna Russia. I mean, China saying they're gonna attack Taiwan, right? Iran saying they're gonna attack Israel, right? All the Iraq, all these things, Hezbollah, all these things, all these different places they're gonna attack these different peoples. That's an example of rumors of war, right? And we know that World War III, that's war, that's all kind of nations getting into that. So that would be this is right here is a prime example of rumors of wars, right? So let's go, right? It says, it says, for all these things must come to pass, right? But the end is not yet. So that goes back to what I was saying, right? That all these things, when you see the false Christ, you see the rumors of wars, all these things have to play out, right? Now we're going to get to the point that I'm talking about by heavy times ahead. With all this coming to one thing, we kind of do we gotta do the build up. So we about to get there, right? We had to build it. We had to build this thing up, right? So it says, "For nation shall rise against nation," right? And you're going to see when World War III. I mean, it like some people already believe that we already in World War III, right? Because you got all these different things going on. You got cyber wars going on. Now you got even trade wars about to kick kind of low key kicking off. Where you got China hitting the US with tariffs, the US hitting China with tariffs, hitting Mexico with tariffs, hitting Canada with tariffs, right? So we're looking at what could be the beginning of trade wars, right? So it's different kind of wars, different kind of things going on, right? But again, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places," right? So these are different things that's going to play out, right? We're seeing different this year. Oh my gosh, there's been so many different earthquakes going on around the world, right? Let's go to and it says earthquakes in diverse places. I want to say what's it was it it was an earthquake, and I want to say it was in Detroit. Let me see. It was either Detroit. It was in New York? Was it an earthquake in New York? Dang, see that? It was an earthquake in New York, right? This is an example of, because New York don't usually get hit with no earthquake, right? Right. So it says an earthquake. It said third is an earthquake. Just look at what I'm be looking at right now. Follow with me. Follow me, right? It says boom, earthquake, right? Small earthquake rocks New York on Sunday morning, Boom. You have earthquake on rattles New Jersey, New York, right? Boom. Third earthquake off Maine coast in a week shakes New England Sunday morning, right? So now this is just, we're just talking about in that part of the United States. You got earthquakes be going on in California. You had one that happened in I think I say it was it Georgia? Let me see. Let me check. I'll check. We're gonna check. We're gonna get all the sources on here, right? Earthquake in Georgia, right? Right. It says it was an earthquake in Georgia, right? That happened in it said it said what happened in June. And what happened when in June of 2024, you had one happening in 2022, right? So you done had you like don't think that, all right, just because something happened 2 years ago that they don't play a part, right? Everything that we're seeing plays a part in this, right? So you had one last year. So the point that we're getting at is you're having earthquakes in different places, right? You know something be going on in Taiwan. We know something be going on in the different parts of the world, right? Earthquakes in diverse places. All right, let me see. Earthquake records. Oh, in Japan, they be having them in Japan too. Let me get some. I want to get something. Right here. This is perfect. Right here. Well, I'm not sure. It says Santorini rocked by more earthquakes as uncertainty grows. So you I don't even know what Santorini is, man, to be honest with you. But we're gonna look it up. Where's Santorini at? We're gonna look it up. Santorini. Santorini. And you can Google all this stuff, man. So this is in the Greek islands, right? So you got this going over in Greece. Earthquakes in Greece, right? It's all. So you got earthquakes going on all over, man. Earthquakes in diverse places. Okay, let's see what we got here. What I want to see. Earthquakes. I'm gonna see earthquakes worldwide. That's what I'm gonna look up. Earthquakes worldwide. See what we have here. Worldwide. Right. So let me see if I can. You see, they might put something up. If not, all right, here we go. So boom, this is a world map. This is a world map, right? Look at all these earthquakes going on around the world. Look at this. Earthquakes all around the world, right? Shoot. One happened 44 minutes ago. 1 hour ago. Look at these. I mean, they just popping in. They just popping in. Like, bro, bro, you okay, let's see how many let's see they got 7 8. So yeah, it's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. So here you have is a graph. This is a graph of like it said it's a Richter magnitude. I'm not sure what the other part is, but this is a Richter magnitude scale. So you had a lot of them that was, ones and twos, but nevertheless, they was earthquakes, right? had earthquakes in Alaska. Within the last last in the 17 hours, you had earthquakes in Puerto Rico, Colombia, Peru, Alaska, Fiji, Greece, Peru, Lest, Ethiopia. So, with that being said, let's go back to Matthew chapter 24, right? Well, Yahweh Shai was saying going to happen. It said earthquakes in diverse places. We're seeing these things happen as we speak, as we draw breath. These things are playing out before our eyes, right? So it says, all these. This is good. This is the point I'm getting to. All these are the beginning of sorrows. What is it talking about? All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Let's go to the book of Jeremiah. We'll get to Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 7. Jeremiah, we're going to go to Jeremiah 30, verse 7, and then we're going to come back to Matthew chapter 24. But first, we're going to Jeremiah 37, then we go to Daniel chapter 12, and then we're going to go to Matthew chapter 24. Because we're going to see all these different things. They're talking about the same exact thing, right? So it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. So it's telling you there's a time coming, Jacob's trouble, right? A great time, right? Now, when you go to Daniel chapter 12, right? And I don't want to skip the last part of that passage. He said, but he shall be saved out of it. Now, this is not just talking about any man gonna be saved out of it. We're not talking about the Negro, a nigga. We're talking about the elect. The elect is gonna be saved, right? But not your little Pookies and little Ray Rays, niggas that's not trying to repent. Not that. But men and women that have repented and having faith in Yahweh Shai and keeping these commandments. Those are the people that's gonna get saved. Just want to put that out there, right? So let's go to Daniel chapter 12, right? Daniel chapter 12 kind of puts more emphasis like what's going on with it. You know what I'm saying? Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. So it said it's going to be a time. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna see what they got in the NLT. I like this. I like this. It says, I'll read this in the NLT, right? It says, then there will be a time of anguish greater than any since nations first came into existence. So it's going to be a time of anguish, a time of sorrow, a time of trouble that has never happened before. That's Jacob's trouble. That's the heavy times that we talking about, right? Let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Right now, of course, I'm not gonna leave out the end part, but at that very, Slakia, but at that time, every one of your people whose name is written in the book will be rescued. Right? Remember that. Remember that. We talking about the most dangerous time, the most sorrowful, troublesome time. But there's still going to be people that's going to get rescued, saved, right? And those are going to be the ones that's striving for the truth into death, that endured, right? That didn't fold, that didn't go back into the world, that didn't give up, that didn't denounce the name of the Lord, that stood stiffly for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Those people will be the ones that get rescued, they get saved, right? So let's go to Matthew chapter 24. Now it speaks the same language, right? Let me get the KJV. All right, let me see. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 21. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be. So it's the same language that's being spoken of in Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It's going to be a great tribulation, great anguish, great trouble. Never, like, it's nothing that has, it's going to be a time that has, like, never before. Let me see what it says in the NLT. It says, for there will be greater anguish, same language, than at any time since the world began. And it will never be so great again. Right? It says, I'm going to keep reading. In fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, because this time is going to be so gruesome, it's going to be so diabolical, it's going to be so crazy. And this is not fear mongering, this is reality. I can't sit up here and tell you, oh yeah, Jacob's Trouble going to be the cake, bro. So Jacob's Trouble going to be, man, it's going to be this. It's going to be all that. It's going to be a vibe. I can't sit here and lie. I ain't gonna sit and be like, I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. But we're gonna go through the scriptures and show you, right? What it's talking about. It says not a single it says this is so cold in the NLT. It says, in fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, because it's so bad that the days gotta be shortened. Think about that. At one point in time, it'd be October. Next thing you know, it's December. Next thing you know, it's January. Next thing you know, it's February. And brothers and sisters know exactly what I'm talking about. You be like, man, you be at the beginning of the month. Next thing you know, you at the end of the month. You at the end of the month, and it's at the beginning of the month all over again. The days are being shortened before our eyes. 2024 when it came. Now we in 2025. Like, bro, it's crazy, bro. Not a single person, it says, if them days were short, not a single person will survive. That's how crazy it's going to be. That the Most High had to shorten the days up, because if he didn't, nobody would survive. Nobody would escape. That's how simple it is what I'm talking about. So don't sit here and be like, ah, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, as in, don't be afraid of this. I'm not telling you to be afraid, but understand what you're dealing with. Understand that this is not a joke. Understand you need to take your salvation very serious. Understand that, right? It's not to make people, it's not to put people afraid of Jacob's trouble, but if anything, fear the Most High, because he's the one that's causing it. If you want to fear anything, fear the Most High, because he's the one who put it into play. He's the one who gonna make this happen, right? So with that being said, right, you gotta do what you gotta do in these last days, and you better stock up on faith. You better stock up on discipline. You better stock up on integrity. You better do what you gotta do, man. Right? It says, but it will be shortened for the sake of Yahweh's chosen ones. That's the elect. So Lord's going to shorten those days for the elect. Right? The elect, men and women, they going to do what they got to do. And they going to stand on business when it comes to the truth. So what you going to do? What I'm going to do? Right? Lord willing, I stand on business when all these calamities hit the earth. Lord willing. Right? But we gotta hold on, strap up your boots, cause it's gonna get real out here, right? Gotta strap your boots up, lace up your boots, cause it's gonna get real. You gotta lace up your spiritual boots, if you understand what I'm saying, right? Cause it's gonna get real out here, right? So boom. Now, when you go into the book of 2nd Esdras, right? Chapter 6 and 9, you can go to 15, you can go to some parts of 5, some parts of 6, right? It touches a little bit on what Jacob's trouble. But I want to go to verse. I want to go to chapter. I want to go to 15 first. Hold on, bear with me. And I might. Yeah, this is what I want to go to. Second Esdras, chapter 15, right? In verse number 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Because it's going to be a lot going on, right? It's going to be a lot going on, right? We're going to keep reading. For the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So you're gonna have people fighting against one another. You think it's people riding now, it's gonna be on a whole nother level. It's gonna be pure anarchy, it's gonna be chaotic, right? People shooting, we're gonna hear fire. You gonna just imagine just waking up, you hear guns all day, right? Gunshots, right? Bombs going off, fires blazing, people crying. It's gonna be insane, right? It says, for there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? So it's gonna be a lot going on. They're gonna be invading one another, kicking each other houses and doors, right? Going crazy. Right? And the world is gonna be mad. Right? People can go crazy. So it says, now I'm not gonna read that whole thing. And like I said, you can read this whole Second Esdras 15 goes so crazy when we talk about it. But it's some chief points that I want to deal with. Let me check my timing. So yeah, let me check my time. All right, checking my timing. All right, it's some chief, and I yeah. For the sake of time, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm gonna read this too. Right. So it says, boom. It says, Second Esdras 16 and 1. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna just jump down. But I'm gonna go to verse 3. So y'all can understand too, right? That this is the Most High is doing. It say, who a sword is sitting upon you, right? Who may turn it back? So the Lord is going to send out destruction. He's going to send out fire. He's going to send out plagues. Who can stop it? That's basically what it's saying. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is nobody can stop what the Most High put on this earth. When He put out that them spirits of vengeance, them spirit of the sword, that spirit of fire and plague and destruction, ain't nothing nobody can do about it. But what Yahweh shall say, watch and pray. You need to be praying. You need to be watching. You need to be doing what you gotta do, right? Being, man, what it saying? Second Esdras chapter 14. Hey, set your house in order. Get your house in order, man. Get yourself together, right? So let me jump down to verse number 17, right? So it says, woe is me. This is Esdras speaking. So Esdras is seeing the destruction, right? This is Esdras prophesying you, telling you the future events that happen. So he's seeing all these things. He's seeing the destruction. He's seeing people dying and all this stuff going on. And look what this man of the Lord said. He said, woe is me. Woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Because he understood that he's gonna be back on the earth, right? Just like the disciples, they knew, right? But it says, verse 18, the beginning of sorrows. The reason why I want to bring this out, what did Yahweh Shah say? Matthew chapter 24 verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Go back here. What we just had. Same language. But what happens in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, it kind of goes in a little bit more, right? It says, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. So it says it's going to be sorrow, it's going to be mourning, it's going to be crying, it's going to be weeping, it's going to be great death. It said the beginning of wars. World War III, we're just talking about this. Just talking about this. They said it could possibly kick off this year. That's what the Germans little source said. It could possibly kick off this year. Right? So we don't know. Who knows? They might they World War III might kick off whatever, right? But understand this. We are living in the last days. What happens sooner or later? Sooner or later, these prophecies that we've been talking about, that the scriptures done put before our eyes, what the Most High have placed in the minds of the prophets, it's going to play out sooner or later. It says beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The governments, the people in power, they ain't gonna be afraid. They ain't gonna know what to do. Says the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? What shall you do? Right? You're gonna circle back. I don't want to jump the gun. Right? I want to continue on just to show y'all like what it's talking about. And I ain't gonna read this whole thing, but I want to show y'all what it's talking about. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna visit the ending of 18. So we're gonna jump down to verse 23. It says, I'm gonna go to verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So you're gonna have people that's gonna die of hunger. They ain't gonna have nothing to eat. They gonna sit there. They just gonna die. A dying of hunger is one of the worst ways to die. That's what they say. So you got people dying from famine. And they say if you don't escape the famine, and you're gonna be destroyed by the sword. And now that's not everybody, right? But we're gonna get to that. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. It said the dead is gonna be cast out as dung. And we know damn that bugs defecate, dang germs defecate, people defecate. It's everywhere. That's how many dead bodies it's gonna be. This is giving an example. It's gonna be just that many dead bodies. Everywhere. Right? Now, we're talking about the heavy times. Now we're gonna go. We gotta talk about what's gonna happen to the men of the Lord. Right? We gotta talk about what's gonna happen to them. Men and women of the Lord, what's gonna happen? Let's go to it. Right? All this is a part of Jacob's trouble, right? We're gonna jump down to verse number 70. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection. Right? Let's look this word up for those people that don't know what that means. Insurrection. Insurrection definition. Right? A violent, insurrection. A violent uprising against an authority or government. So who's the authority or government that's going to be a violent uprising against? Who is it? Let's go back to second entrance. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. So it's going to be a violent uprising upon those people that fear the Lord. Now, peep game. Did not Trump just pass an executive order, right? Talking about, they're gonna start punishing those people that basically come up against Christianity. Who comes up against Christianity more than the Israelites? Think about that. Because we the people that truly fear the Lord. The rest of the world don't fear the Lord. Christians don't fear the Lord. Jehovah's Witnesses don't fear the Lord. But you Hebrew Israelites, us, we are the greatest example of people that fear the Lord. So it says it's going to be a violent uprising upon these people, upon us. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. Right? Now we got to keep going, because when we keep going, right, I'm going to jump down, but you get the gist of it. Because when we keep going down, they saying they basically going to wreak havoc upon people that fear the Lord. That's basically saying they're going to wreak havoc. They're going to try to spoil and destroy people that fear the Lord. Simple. But I'm going to jump down, because this is going to correlate to the ending when Ezra said, "What shall I do when those evils shall come?" Right? This is going to correlate with that. Right? So matter of fact, I'm going to jump over to 18 and read that last part of the sentence. It says, "What shall I do when these evils shall come?" Right? Now we go down, right? We're gonna go to it. It says, verse 74, "Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand, but I will deliver you from the same." So Lord tell you, days of trouble at hand. The same language that it was speaking in the book of Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. The same language that it was saying in Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. When it's saying you're going to see the trouble. You're going to see the destruction. You're going to see the tribulation, the anguish. But there's going to be some people that's going to be delivered. That's going to be rescued. That's going to be saved. And that's going into the elect. It says, "Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. For Yahweh is your guide." So don't be afraid. Don't doubt. Because the Most High is our God. Right? It says, "In the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord. Let not your..." All right, I'm not going to read that part, though. But that's good, too. But it's the point is, "In the guide of them who keep my commandments." So he's going to be a guide to the people that keep the commandments. That's why we got to be, bro, do you really want to keep these commandments? Do you think keeping the commandments is a vain and light thing? If you think keeping the commandments is a vain and light thing, you lost your mind, right? Because that, not just keeping the commandments alone, of course, but keeping the commandments and having faith in Yahweh Shai, that's going to be the thing that's going to save your life. So if you got Negroes out here that's considering going back into the world, going back to being a wicked Negro, going back to facing that blunt, going back to hanging out with little Keisha and Ray Ray and Pookie them, that same Negro, if that Negro or Negro woman, if they don't repent and come into Yahweh Shai trying to keep these commandments, they are done for. That's it. It's a wrap. It didn't say, "Oh, I'm a guide," anybody. It said a guide to them who keep my commandments and precepts, said the Lord. That's what the Lord said. So, point blank, period. If you're not keeping no commandments, you're not repenting, you got faith in Yahweh Shai, you done when all this stuff go down, you finished. So don't sit here and take this truth for a joke. Because you can go home, eat your burger, chill with your family, kick up and watch Netflix and hop on your game, play 2K, go to the gym, ball with your homies, right? Just because you can do that right now, don't take this to the game. Because it's going to be a time when it's going to get real. And Lord, he only going to guide those that's keeping them commandments and have faith in Yahweh Shai, right? So let's go to some more precepts, right? Because now we in the mode of what to do, right? We talked about the thing that's going to happen, but what to do, right? It's already kind of alluding and telling you what to do. It's already kind of putting you on game, keeping the commandments, right? But let's get Psalm chapter 50 and verse 15. All right, the book of Psalms chapter 15, verse 15. This is another tip. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. So in the day of trouble, when all hell breaks loose, call upon Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's the first thing you need to do. Call upon the Lord. Call upon him. Right? He says, I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. So you need to call upon the Lord. Right? Let's get some more. We're going to go to the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 10. All right. It says, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? That's going into your faith. That's going into your faith. Right? Oh man. It's going into your faith. Or did any abide in his fear? What is the fear of the Lord? What is the fear of the Lord? Keeping his commandments. Let's go. 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 Precepts. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get this right quick. The classic precept, and I got another precept that I'm gonna bring out. Right. So we're going to the book of Psalms, chapter 110, 111 and 10, 111 and 10, 111 and 10. Right. The book of Psalms, chapter 111 and 10. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding of all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever. So fear the Lord, beginning of wisdom, a good understanding of all they that keep his commandments. It's coming back. Gotta keep these commandments. That's why we always preach to our people, keep the commandments, keep the commandments, keep the commandments. Because they got the faith part. Some of them do. A lot of them do. But when they lack when they're not keeping the commandments. You gotta have both. Faith mixed with works. Right? Let me get another precept. All right, gotta go to the trusty Dusty. You know what I'm saying? I ain't say Dusty though, but the trusty old Bible. I don't call it Dusty. This ain't Dusty. This ain't Dusty. This good. This good bit right. It's good stuff right. Right. All right, I'm gonna get this precept. This precept. If I can find it. If I can't find it now. Yes, this right here. The book of Sirach, chapter 25. And I'm gonna go to it on here. I'm gonna go to it so y'all can see, y'all can read along with me. Right. We're gonna revisit chapter 2. Right. But we're gonna go to we're gonna read. I want to read it in here because I got it highlighted. But I want y'all to see it right there. It said this, so y'all can see it. There y'all go. Right. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. Right? And faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. So it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. And what it is to love the Lord, right? What it is to love the Lord, keep his commandments. We know that. If you love me, keep my commandments. It's a revolving door. So the answer is, when you see all these things going on, even now, don't wait till all hell breaks loose to keep the commandments, because you're really going to mess yourself up. But you need to be keeping the commandments right now. Right now. Keeping the commandments and have faith in Yahweh. Simple. Keeping the commandments and having faith in Yahweh. Right? But you got to understand, it's so simple, but it's a little challenge too. Because we in this flesh. We in this flesh. We're getting plagued by demons. All kinds of stuff that be going on. But we got to keep striving and keep fighting and keep persevering. Keep enduring. Right? Because you start thinking about it. Look how many times the Lord told the people in the when you just read Old Testament. Look how many times he told them to keep the commandments. Look how he told them when you go in your house, it need to be on your doorpost. When you wake up, you need to be talking about them. When you go to sleep, you need to be talking about them. Look what Joshua said in Joshua 1:8. Let that law depart from thy mouth. Meditate on it day and night. That's how serious it is. It need to be ingrained in you to keep the commandments. Right? It gotta be second nature. Right? It gotta be ingrained in you. I gotta keep these commandments. That's why I gotta keep these commandments. I gotta have faith in Yahweh. I gotta do it. Right? That's how deep it gotta be in you. Right? So let's go back to Sirach chapter 2, verse 10. Though when I said Sirach 2, 25 as well. I hope I didn't say second Esdras, but that was Sirach 25 and 12. But it's Sirach 2 and verse 10 again. Look at the generation of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken, or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, which we need. We going off. And saveth in the time of affliction. We're going to need to be saved in the time of affliction that's to come, in the time of trouble, the time of anguish, the time of sorrow that's to come. It says, woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands and a sinner that go 2 ways. So you can't be faint-hearted in this thing. Come and read verse 13. It says, woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. That's why that goes to the faith. So it's spewing out, keep commandments, have faith. These are the primary things. You got to have faith and you got to keep these commandments. Can't be faint-hearted. Oh, man, I don't know what to do because you're not trusting him. You don't have faith in him. You being faint-hearted. Kind of sitting here scared, pulling out your hair. You losing faith, man. You ain't got no faith in the Lord. You don't know what's going on because you fearful-hearted. Right? You can't be faint-hearted. It says, woe unto him that faint-hearted. And you faint-hearted. That's why you got to be praying that Lord increase your faith. You got to pray that every day. Pray for forgiveness. That Lord increase your faith every day. And pray that he don't take his Holy Spirit away from you. Every day. Every day. Right? It says, therefore shall he not be defended. So those people that's faint-hearted, that's why the Lord tell you, man, that's why he said in second Esdras, once they said in 4 or 5, he said, don't be afraid of what you see. Don't be afraid of what we talking about. This is not a conversation to be afraid of. It's because it's going to happen regardless. Whether you're afraid or not, it's not going to stop. You can't be like, well, I don't want it to happen. It ain't going to stop it. It's going to happen regardless, whether you want it to or not. So the best bet is just go with it. He giving you game. The Lord has given us game what to do. Have faith, keep these commandments. Right? Let's get some things. Let's get some stuff. Right? Let me see. I'm gonna check my time. Right? I'm at okay. I'm gonna get a couple precepts and then wind down. Right? I had some more I wanted to get, but I feel like we covered some good stuff. So I'm gonna get this in Job chapter 5, verse 22. The book of Job chapter 5, verse 22. I start at verse 20. I start at verse 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And we know 7 is a spiritual number. So it could be all kind of hell that you could be catching or going through in Jacob's trouble. Then the Lord will deliver you out of every last one of them. That can very well happen. But you got to be keeping these commandments and having faith in them. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So we got to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Straight like that, and we got to be keeping these commandments. But he said in famine, he shall redeem you from death. Everybody around there hungry, starving, can't even move, holding their stomach. And Lord say he redeemed you from death, though. And in war from the power of the sword. Right? Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue. Neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. And we know that they're gonna be trying to do us in. And you could be a martyr for the Lord. And we know that's a straight ticket to the kingdom. Straight like that. So we don't need to fear in the times to come. We just got to continue having faith, striving for the truth unto death. Right, verse 22. At destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. So it said destruction and famine, you're gonna be they're gonna be laughing, kicking back, laughing, having a good time. Because the Lord's gonna preserve them, take care of them. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Right? Let me get into something else. Okay. Isaiah 65, verse 13. Another one. It says, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. So the Lord's the elect, in that time of famine destruction, elect, they're gonna be eating. They're gonna be busting, they're gonna have food. Because the Lord is gonna take care of them. Look what the Lord did for Elijah. Elijah said he was gonna brink of death, he wanted to give up, and the Lord fed him with ravens bread. Right, the Lord brought Elijah food by ravens one time. He had an angel make him a cake that lasted him 40 days. Right, bro. And I want to get all that stuff. Lord willing, I can do a part two. I might do a part two or something like that. Right, like I might do a part two. Like look at the different accounts. But it says, "Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty." Right, behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So the rest of the world is gonna be catching hell. Right? But the Lord's servants, they're gonna be able to eat, drink, right, and to rejoice. Right? So, Lord willing, that was edifying through the Spirit, right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Right? Again, want to give our honor and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This brother Aliyah with his servants, Kwame Yashala, and Shalom.